And also on Face the Nation yesterday, a member of the House Intelligence Committee weighed in on this continued scrutiny over the strikes in the Caribbean.
Leading Democrats are demanding the release of classified videos showing a deadly U.S. military strike on a boat carrying 11 people that happened back in early September. CBS News correspondent Bradley Blackburn joining us from New York as follow-up strike that killed 2 survivors that same day. That remains under intense scrutiny.
It does, AJ and Heather, and the debate continues over the action and the video. Lawmakers from both sides have now seen those images, but they differ on what they show and whether the second strike was justified.
As Democrats call for the video's release, debate is growing over the second strike that killed 2 survivors on a suspected drug boat off Venezuela's coast in early September.
It seems pretty clear they don't want to release this video because they don't want people to see it, because it's very, very difficult to justify.
On CBS's Face the Nation, Representative Jim Himes, the House Intelligence Committee's top Democrat, said it appears the survivors no longer posed a threat before the follow-up strike.
I think it's really important that people see what it looks like when the full force of the United States military is turned on 2 guys who are clinging to a piece of wood and about to go under.
Last week, a bipartisan group of lawmakers received private briefings from Joint Chiefs of Staff Chair General Dan Kane and Navy Admiral Frank Mitch Bradley, who led the mission.
It was entirely appropriate to strike the boat again to make sure that its cargo was destroyed. It is in no way violation of the law of war.
Over the weekend, Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth defended the Trump administration's efforts to go after so-called narco-terrorists and said the second strike on September 2nd was justified.
There was a link-up point of another potential boat. Drugs were still there. They were actively interacting with them. Had to take that read. I said, Roger, sounds good.
Since then, the U.S. has conducted more than 20 strikes on suspected drug boats in the Caribbean and Eastern Pacific, killing over 80 people.
At that defense forum in California over the weekend, the defense secretary was asked about releasing the video, and he would not say whether those images of a second strike will be released. But he did say, AJ and Heather, that a review is underway. And by the way, President Trump has said he would support the release of the video.
All right, so we'll have to see what happens there. All right, Bradley, thank you.